Pope Leo XIV celebrating his first Holy Week as pontiff this morning while presiding over Palm Sunday Mass. During the service, he spoke about the conflict in the Middle East, saying, quote, Jesus does not listen to prayers of those who wage war, but rejects them. The pontiff has been calling for a ceasefire since the fighting began with the U.S., Israel, and Iran, which started in February. Palm Sunday marks the beginning of the most sacred week in Christianity, which leads up to Resurrection Sunday, Easter. The week also coincides with the beginning of the Jewish holiday of Passover, which begins at sundown on Wednesday. The holy time honors the Jewish people's exodus from Egypt. Joining us now is Vatican correspondent Kielce Gussie, live from Vatican City. The best place to be. I mean, listen to all that's going on there. We're watching it closely. Let's talk about what some of the other key points from Pope Leo's message was today. Tell us more.
Thanks, Laura. So it's true. Pope Leo did make an appeal for peace once again that he has been doing for the last few weeks, both in his masses and in his Angelus appeals. And that is an end to violence all around the world. As you mentioned, he did say that Jesus does not respond to the prayers of those who wage war. And he also encouraged people, both here in St. Peter's and around the world, to not reject the message that international leaders have made for appeals to peace. And he encouraged people around the world to continue to pray for peace. And he also specifically remembered the Christians in the Middle East who, as he said, and he lamented, that they're not able to fully celebrate Holy Week as we are here in Rome, but also because of the war, of the violence that they're facing, they are limited in what they can do. And so the Pope ended his homily really stressing that we are brothers and sisters. And he encouraged everyone that's involved in violence to lay down their weapons.
Last year, I mean, you make really important points of all that he spoke of today. And we also want to take a look back because last year, Pope Francis made his final public appearance on Easter, passing away just a few weeks later. And this year, Pope Leo's first time as pontiff during Holy Week. So I'm just curious, do you see any differences and any differences we might see in the way he celebrates it moving forward?
Well, for sure, it's very different in the sense that Pope Leo it's his first time. We're learning that he's still figuring out what his role is, how he's going to react as Pope to these different events that are happening around the world. But also, he can have a different play on the events of Holy Week. We know that Pope Francis had the tradition on Holy Thursday to go to the prison and to wash the feet of prisoners. So we will see what Pope Leo will do with that. But also with Pope Francis last year, he was just recently released from the hospital. So it was very different. He didn't have a long homily. He didn't really say much, but he did focus on peace, which is a continuity that we see also this year with Pope Leo.
The Vatican says Israeli police stopped top church officials from marking Palm Sunday in Jerusalem's Holy Sepulchre, where they believe Jesus was crucified and have held Holy Mass for centuries. So we're just hearing about this. What can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so this morning, actually, the Latin Patriarch Cardinal Pizzaballa and the Custos of the Holy Land, who's also in charge of that church, were stopped from celebrating this traditional Mass. And they issued a joint statement that really, they called this situation a grave precedent because it disregarded a lot of the sensibilities of billions of people around the world who do turn to the Holy Land specifically during this week, because that is where the passion, death, and resurrection of Jesus is believed to have taken place. And so we've seen also a lot of international leaders who have commented on this situation. Specifically, we saw U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, who commented on it, calling it an unfortunate incident or overreach, and saying major repercussions around the world. But also, we saw that the Israeli president did also comment saying he had called the Latin Patriarch Pizzaballa and apologized and said he expressed his deep sorrow for what had happened and that this had actually happened for security reasons. Because there are attempts, for missile attacks.
Got it. Okay. Well, Vatican correspondent Kielce Gussie, I really appreciate you being here from Vatican City for us on this Palm Sunday. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.